So let's talk about core values. You know, man for man. Man for man in 1980, Robert Mugabe had one of the most educated cabinets in the world. 2 years later, 3 years later, with Kukura Hundi, man for man, the same educated cabinet looked away because the core values were not in place. Zanu de Europa. This is something that they say themselves. So the role of core values is extremely important, followed by competence to be able to run a nation. The life of a nation is forever. And it is important that when we build our country, we build it on the foundation of the right core values. What are upper core values? We are Pan-African. That is self-explanatory. We believe that the continent must do well, and we believe that for the continent to do well, our minds should be liberated, and the minds of our leaders should be progressive and want to work towards an African continent that is successful and highly competitive. We are people-centered. If you do not love human beings, if you take human beings for granted, you will never ever be people-centered. Everything that APA does is for people and not for persons in power. And then we are constitution-driven. Now, the constitution of Zimbabwe is very clear. The military may not intervene in matters of state. If you choose to lie yourself, that is up to you. That is really up to you. But we as APA will always stand for the truth. And the truth is what will liberate our country if we're going to build on a foundation of truth. And then we're a social democrat party. What does social democrat mean? It means three things. It means freedom, solidarity, and justice. Freedom of worship, freedom of association, freedom to be a citizen in accordance with the laws of Zimbabwe. Justice, the ability to make myself known to the authorities. The idea that I can have recourse to a judge, a competent judge who is not biased, who interprets the law as the law is and gives me recourse. The idea that a human being in Zimbabwe, a citizen, can no longer be an anonymous person standing in front of 2,000 other people having politicians shout at them for 2 hours. That is not citizenship. Citizenship is our ability to know that we belong in a country and to understand that our laws respect and protect us as individuals. Solidarity. The idea that as a nation, when we do well, we're going to create an environment that allows the Strive Masiwas, the most entrepreneurial, the most gifted, the most talented, to thrive and to do well, and for us to be proud of them. But at the same time, to understand that those who are less privileged than us, for whatever reason, that is no fault of their own, will not be left behind. An upper government is a government that believes in solidarity. Our ability to make money today without compromising the ability of future generations to do the same. The core values of a nation, when you build a nation on core values, not quick fixes, not instructing people to forgive you, but core values, you build a nation for life. The life of a man is 70. The life of a nation is forever. And it is important that Zimbabweans ask themselves the question, do we want to build a nation based on quick fixes, on quicksand, or do we want to build a nation on a foundation of strong core values, add to that competence, and we are going to truly thrive as a nation? And the only way to do that, the only way for a complete break from the past, is with Alliance for the People's Agenda, APA, and Dr. Nkosana Moyo as president.